Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. Today we have one of the most insane things that I think I have ever covered here on the channel, and it is Blizzard filing a formal lawsuit against Turtle WoW. And like I said, I haven't seen this ever happen since I've been content creating, covering since Classic launched in 2019, and this is a really big deal, and it is throwing a lot of fire at the private servers, Turtle WoW specifically, but there are a lot of other ones that should definitely be quivering in their boots with this action that is being taken. Now I am going to flip it over here and look at the formal PDF 49-page doc for you guys and cover some of the points that I think are really important and things that people should definitely be aware about to know that Blizzard is not messing around. And then of course we will talk about what all this means, my thoughts on it, and where we're headed, honestly, because they only do this for one reason. Anyway, without further ado, we're going to switch it over and dive right in. Alrighty, so the best place to start, if you aren't a lawyer, is probably the introduction. So we are right here at the very first page to really just let you guys know what is going on, and essentially the plaintiff, Blizzard Entertainment, Blizzard, the developer and publisher and owner of the most popular games in the world, including the immensely popular online role-playing game World of Warcraft, in which hundreds of thousands of people simultaneously explore and engage in a variety of adventures across an enormous computer-generated fantasy world. Millions of players around the world, including in the United States, pay a monthly subscription fee to be able to create an account on and access one of Blizzard's password-protected WoW servers. Access to Blizzard's WoW servers enables players to enter the WoW virtual game and experience the highly creative, copyrighted content of WoW game environment. Blizzard has taken steps to protect its valuable intellectual property, including to protect WoW, a game that is the result of decades of creative work and innovation by countless dedicated members of the Blizzard team. Blizzard likewise has a long history of finding ways to support safe, legal, and respectful expressions of player creativity within WoW, such as through providing authorized tools by which players can modify the game, i.e. modding through creator partnerships with players, so add-ons, things like that as well. Also, to keep the game fresh and exciting, Blizzard releases content updates and improvements on a regular basis, such as a yearly or bi-yearly expansion packs, which offer new storylines, characters, creatures, dungeons, etc., etc. You guys know what X-Packs are. And for those players who prefer older legacy versions of WoW, Blizzard offers World of Warcraft Classic, access to which is included with an active WoW a subscription. So this is just them defining World of Warcraft, Blizzard, everything that Blizzard has in a very corporate, legal, and formal way. And it says, in the 2 decades since WoW was first released, Blizzard has invested an enormous amount of money into creating, maintaining, and updating the game. But when unscrupulous actors such as the defendants seek to profit from Blizzard's valuable intellectual property, including protected code and game assets, they undermine Blizzard's own efforts to deliver classic and community-driven content, devalue the WoW experience, and cause serious harm to Blizzard and many artists, programmers, game designers, and other creative professionals who have worked and continue to work tirelessly to create unique and enjoyable gaming experience for both new and longtime players. So I just wanted to cover this introduction for you guys so you could see exactly sort of how they're defining it and why they are going after Turtle WoW specifically, and essentially they have done that and they are profiting from it, and that is where Blizzard draws the line. And so I want to go to some of the most important parts of this lawsuit and article. So this is just a lot of them defining the stuff, a lot of legal wording, if you will. I will link the entire thing if you want to come here and read it for yourself. But this, like, I always like to help players, and I want to highlight this contract here specifically because some players might not be aware of this and they might be going out there and trying things, and I just want to make sure you're aware of the extent, because if they're willing to go sue Turtle WoW, they are probably willing to do this. So the EULA contract sets forth terms of use license between Blizzard and users of WoW, and it is a conditional, limited, revocable, non-subleasable, non-exclusive license to install WoW on your computer for your personal and non-commercial entertainment purposes only. So that's very, very important. The license contained in the EULA is conditioned upon the user's compliance with a set of contractual obligations and provisions, including provisions that expressly prohibit certain user content, including matchmaking, hosting, providing, or developing matchmaking services for the game, or intercepting, emulating, or redirecting the communication protocols used by Blizzard in any way, for any purpose, including without limitation, unauthorized play over the internet, network play, except as expressly authorized by Blizzard, or as part of content aggregation networks, unauthorized connections, facilitating, creating, or maintaining any authorized connection to the platform, including without limitation any connection to any unauthorized services that emulates or attempts to emulate the platform, and any connection using third-party programs or tools not expressly authorized by Blizzard. So this contract is a valid and enforceable contract between Blizzard and its players. Any use of the WoW game client that is not in accordance with this is expressly prohibited, constitutes a breach of the EULA contract, and will be subject to the user penalties under the EULA, including revocation or nullification of the user's license. The provisions in the EULA are designed to protect the integrity of the game and provide commercially reasonable contractual protection of Blizzard rights in and to the clients and server elements of WoW. So essentially, if they can prove that you went and played Turtle WoW, they can permanently ban your account. So to all the people out there trying it, thinking that they can just do it with absolutely no consequences, I just want you to be aware that it straight up says right here, that's my interpretation of it, that you can just be banished, gone. Specifically, content creators who are making videos, streaming it, going after it. Like, I'm good friends with most of them, and I talk with most of them daily DMs. Like, please, guys, be very careful. I would hate to see you be taken away from something that you truly, truly love and desire to create for. It would suck. Then the next one I want to dive into is just how hard Blizzard is going after Turtle WoW here, and this is kind of crazy. So right here, this line right here, as a direct and proximate result of the infringements by the defendants, Blizzard is entitled to damages and to defend its profits in amounts to be proven at trial, which are not currently ascertainable. Alternatively, Blizzard is entitled to the maximatory statutory damages of $150,000 for each copyright infringed, or in such other amount as may be proper under the code. So they are literally saying that they can sue for $150,000 for every copyright that is infringed upon. So every single player that has played it, every single person that has bought something, and every single thing that they have created and made any money off of, Blizzard is going after. So the entire project is essentially what that comes up to, and they're seeking $100,000 for every single player that has played it. That is insane. That is like that's billions of dollars. That is how hard Blizzard is going after Turtle WoW. So those were some of the most important things that I covered and saw from this document. I'm not a lawyer. I took some business law classes in college when I was getting my entrepreneurship degree, but that was about it. So like, I'm not a lawyer. Do not take anything I said as legal anything. This is me just reading it and giving you guys my opinion and takes on it. Now, the biggest question to me is obviously why? Why go after it now? Why attack it at this moment? Turtle WoW has been there for almost a decade now. Why is the sudden shift to go after them? Well, they are reaching all-time highs in popularity, as we have seen in these past weeks. Blizzard doesn't really have much in the form of a Classic Plus right now. SOD ended. That was the closest thing to it. We have MOP, we have Anniversary, and we have Retail as the 3 versions to go play, all of which Anniversary is just Classic again, and we've had that quite a lot. MOP is new and refreshing, and I'm personally enjoying a lot of MOP, but not a lot of people are in that boat. Especially those that came from SOD, they've just felt disconnected and lost. And to each their own. Once again, not here to debate opinions, just sharing my experiences. And then finally, money. Like, it's because of the money that they are losing, I guess. It has become enough that it has caught their attention, and they are going after this Turtle WoW with that type of extreme prejudice, I guess, is the term that would be most applicable here. But I think that the reason they're going after it is because Turtle WoW has been saying we're the real Classic WoW on social media and going crazy with it. And they're like, you want a real Classic Plus experience? Come over here and try Turtle WoW. That's literally what they're doing on X and promoting it and getting it out there a bunch. And that, to me, like, Blizzard is destroying that with the full force of their legal team, because I believe that they want to see they're in the works of Classic Plus. I have no way of proving that, but to me, that would be the steps if I were a corporation and I saw someone trying to impersonate what's going to be my next product. Obviously, I've been on the hopium train for a while here that we are getting Classic Plus. I know that the dev team loves SOD, and I don't think they would kill it without reason, like making Classic Plus. And there's a lot more signs, but that's a totally different video. But I truly think that Classic Plus is on the horizon, and that is why we are going to that Blizzard is taking such extreme actions towards Turtle WoW. But anyway, these are just my thoughts, opinions, and giving you guys the news of it. Once again, not a lawyer in any way, so please do not take this seriously, just reading it and sharing what I believe to be true. So anyway, guys, I truly hope you enjoyed this, and until next time, I'll see you later. Hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.
Hey, you. Yes, you. Are you still there? Well, I appreciate you for taking the time to watch this entire video and making it to the end here. If you enjoyed this video, definitely check out the other videos about World of Warcraft listed in these playlists down below. And thank you again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.